Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the week of February 6th. This week, definitely check out astrojar.com. Thank you, Pisces, because you guys have been like the number one people who always check out Astrojar, so I appreciate that. But let's see what is going on for you. I'm going to pause this real quick because I dropped a card. Alright, I am back. So this week has been a major socialization week for a lot of people. This week I did Pisces last, and every other sign has had something about needing to socialize, needing to get together with people, and all this other stuff. So very interesting. And so far it's not coming up for you, so maybe it doesn't apply. But actually, I would say it does. Looks like a very interesting week. I feel like a lot of you, you know what, we'll get to it. You start off with the Two of Diamonds. Very good card. Very good for matching up with something financially that does very well for you. This could be a new job, new business, an investment. Could be an inheritance as well. So for some of you, it could be a payout. Jupiter in Pisces' 8th house makes a lot of sense. Anyway, that some Pisces could be getting inheritances at this time. Also could be meeting somebody at work. If you do work and you're looking for love, you can meet a new person through work. But just mostly a card of a windfall, getting a bunch of cash. So I like to see that. Next, you have the Jack of Hearts. I do think that a lot of you Pisces actually probably have an admirer this week. I take that back because I think you've had them, this same person, if this applies to you, for a little bit of time. So I think it's been probably a few weeks, maybe longer. Or maybe they've just recently noticed you, or you just recently noticed them. But I definitely think there's somebody that is interested in you, and I do feel like you need to talk to them. The problem is it's followed up by the Queen of Clubs, which we're going to talk about more. But whenever you have the Jack of Hearts, it means you have an admirer, somebody who's interested in you. And when it's followed up by the Queen of Clubs, it means that you have to be the one to take action and talk to this person, which is not very easy for Pisces. I think Pisces' main struggle is in love is actually initiating probably the beginning of the relationship, actually going and talking to the person, especially for you Pisces males. I'm a Pisces male, so I totally get it. It really depends on what's in your chart, how you interact with people and things like that. But for the most part, it's hard for Pisces males to initiate. But this week, if there is somebody you're interested in, you have to be the one to initiate. You have to be the one to go up and talk to them, plain and simple, with this card and the next one. Next, you have the Queen of Clubs again. Pretty much the same thing. You have to initiate talking to somebody you're interested in. Could be a very good love week for you based off your cards, but again, you have to get it started. For the rest of you, and for all of you, really, this is an amazing card for friendship and for friends, for meeting new friends in general, and also an amazing card for looking to the future and planning the future, which Pisces is constantly doing anyway. So you're kind of in your element. Jack of Hearts would be Pisces, by the way, so again, you're kind of like more in your element. Next, you have the Seven of Spades, overcoming fears. So again, needing to talk to somebody that maybe you're interested in, and I just gave you confirmation. They are also interested in you, so maybe you need to do it. And for some of you, maybe they're not interested in you, but you still need to do it anyway. I got this message doing a reading the other day, and I'll definitely give it to Pisces. And it was kind of like the message I was getting for the person I was reading for was kind of like, you need to tell them to do this. I'm not going to get into details because this is a personal reading, but basically the message I was getting was like, you need to tell them that they need to do this regardless, because people are too focused on avoiding pain, and especially right now, for whatever reason, people are way too focused on trying to avoid pain. But I think a lot of us need to start facing it, start facing our fear, start facing that it's not even pain, right? That's not real physical pain. Fear is not real, doesn't exist. So we definitely need to start facing those things to get what we want. I think the universe is trying to make us all stronger, which isn't easy. But I always say if one sign can do it, come on, it's Pisces. We're like definitely one of the strongest signs out there. So come on. Can totally do it. Next, you have the Eight of Hearts. A very good card for socializing. I'm going to do an entire video on this after this week, after doing all these readings this week and seeing how much socializing is coming up. I'm going to tell a little bit about socializing and how important it is moving forward. I think it shows up in the astrology. I also think in the cards it's showing up a lot. In my own personal life, I lived in a very small town in Connecticut before I moved out here to a much bigger town just outside of Seattle, and there's a lot more people here. And I made it a point to just randomly talk to people out here and introduce myself to people and not be a Pisces, right? Not be a little hermit like when I was back in Connecticut. I was, living basically as a hermit, not going out very much, not talking to people, and all those things. And it is amazing, just in the 3.5 months or 4 months that I've been out here already, which I can't believe. Just all the people I've met, all the new friends I've made, and all the connections I've made that have actually been beneficial, mutually beneficial too. Eight of Hearts is a card of making mutually beneficial relationships with people. I have a lady, to move out here, I got rid of my car. My car wasn't going to make it cross country. And I'm getting a new car, but still, I didn't have a car for a few months. And I met this lady who lives like a couple apartment complexes over, basically, and I met her through Uber, and now she picks me up whenever I want. She gives me a ride to places, and I throw her some cash, but it's definitely cheaper than Uber. And not only that, she waits for me too. She'll take me one place, she'll wait for me, drive me somewhere else. And it's like, I could have easily sat in the back of her car when she picked me up in the Uber and just kept my mouth shut, not started talking to her and all this other stuff, right? But instead, I started having a conversation right off the bat that I initiated, and she opened right up. So, and that's just like one of a billion examples that have happened to me here. So I'm telling you this because I think it's important for all Pisces to do this right now. I think there's a lot of that can happen in your own life. And the other thing that I told like Cancer this week and Gemini, because this came up for them as well, is that I think that at this time people are begging to have a conversation. Like people are begging to inside. People are like secretly, I think, begging that people will go up and talk to them. And just like standing in line at the grocery store the other day, I had like this conversation with this guy, and randomly, and he just like kept talking and talking and talking, kind of like I'm doing right now. And it's just interesting because I just got the feeling, I was like, people are begging for this. People are begging for interaction. They just want to connect with somebody, and if you can do that, you never know what you might learn, what you might find out. That's the Eight of Hearts. The Eight of Hearts, Ten of Hearts have both been coming up nonstop this week in the weekly reading. So again, that's why this is important. So I think more people need to open up and just randomly say hi or talk to people. You never know. Again, the stuff that has happened, I'm going to do an entire video on it because it's crazy. But next, you have the Four of Hearts, card of commitments, and also new love coming in. Eight of Hearts, new love coming in. Like I said, go and talk to that person if you have somebody in mind. They're probably interested in you, and again, they're probably dying and begging for you to talk to them. Like I said, Eight of Hearts, people are dying for you to talk to them, so just look at it that way. And this is a card of new things coming in, also commitments, new commitments, and even more money coming in as well. Finally, Ace of Diamonds, big money, more money, prosperity, and abundance coming in for you this week. So looks like an awesome week. I think Pisces definitely needs to be one of the signs that socializes, because again, everything that you want is wrapped up in that: new friends, new love, and money. So I would definitely encourage you to do that. But looks great. So thank you for watching, and enjoy your week.